Logistik? Logistik just diorang je yang akan ada account. Korang join saja. Oh, sebab Ain dia dah handle YouTube kan. So kita baca logistik just masuk as audience lah. Tapi aku akan handle untuk Ain. Exactly. Nanti aku akan bagi kau cue tutup house music. Okay. Okay. Boleh? Sini. Letak baik ke mana ni? Sini ya? Ke sini? Boleh. Mana jalan? Hi everybody, how are you? I'm good.
Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone that attending this seminar today. I am Nur Izzati and I will be your moderator for today. So, I would first like to welcome our guest speaker, the one and only Miss Alicia Abigail. Famously known as AB for being here today. And I would also like to give a big thank you to our lecturer, Dr. Budiman, for helping us in making the sharing session possible. So, I will talk a little bit about Eddie by data. So, Eddie is a well-known Malaysian influencer who started her career on TikTok with 600,000 followers on the platform and is known for her Pick Me Girl sketch that has millions of viewers across multiple social media platforms. She has been featured in multiple news media and her creative content can be seen on various social media pages on Instagram such as Mstar. Eddie has also started her career as an actress, having filmed a number of drama series and teleseries. Before we begin, I want to invite our chairman, Eddie Ofor Adam Young, to say a few words to start our session.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for attending this event, this seminar. I don't have a lot of things to say. I just want to say to you, Abby, thank you for coming and thank you for everyone for making this event possible. I hope you guys can learn a lot from her on becoming a social media influencer. I believe that some of you or many of you would like, I would say, an aspiring influencer, social media influencer. Maybe have like you want to be someone who want to start your career off on social media platform, TikTok maybe or Instagram. So by the experience and also knowledge shared by AB after this, I hope you will gain something out of it and you can use that for your future career advancement, I would say. Yes. Without further ado, I would like to give this microphone to Abby. Right, thank you so much and I hope you guys enjoy the seminar.
thank you, Adam, for your inspiring words. So, without further ado, I would like to invite Abby to the front to share her experience as a TikTok star and tips on how to become a successful influencer.
Can I just sit? I just sit, okay? Is that okay? If I, okay. Okay. So I can. Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? Okay. My name is Elisha Abigail, but you can just call me Abby. Right now, I'm doing full-time content creator. I'm also. I just started. I just debuted an acting career like last year. And yeah, right now I'm just, you can say that I'm just living, but full-time content creator right now. Thank you. Oh, not okay. I'll just like take the list that you guys gave me, and then just do it in orders, okay? Okay. Oh my God, guys, this has been like so long that I've been to events. So if I stutter a little bit, I'm sorry. But I'll just try to make this sharing as memorable as I can. So yeah, who knows, after this you guys are gonna be an influencer. Who knows, right? Okay. All right, let me just find this. Okay. So the first question that was given here is, how does one find their niche in the digital age? Okay, so how do you find niche? Okay, if you guys, some of you guys who follow me on my social media, I do like lifestyle, very random content, and I like how the MC just now introduced you to you guys that I do pick me content, which is like so weird because guys in public somebody actually greeted me and said, "Oh my God, hi pick me girl," and I'm like, "Is this okay to like call me?" But yeah, I do like this very random sketches, like I guess funny sketches that people can watch and be like, "Oh my God, so annoying. Oh my God," like this, to get reactions. Okay, so how do you find niche in the digital age? Okay, so for me, in the beginning, I don't really have a specific niche. It's more of like out of nowhere inspired by people. Like sometimes my mind, I'm so delusional, guys. Sometimes it's just in my head and I'm like, oh, I just want to make this come to life. Okay, so right now there's a lot of niche that we can look at. For example, maybe some of you guys are into makeup. Some people like do contents on makeup. Some people make contents out of playing games. There's a lot of things that you can actually make content out of. But what I would advise to people who reach out to me for advice, what kind of niche I should go for? You should ask that to yourself first. What do you like? Adam, what do you like? You like acting, right? Or by the way, guys, me and Adam acted together in a drama series. Okay. Okay. For example, I somehow managed to get the attention of this director through the contest that I did online. So, those pick me girl contents. I know it's like, oh, that's so funny, that's so annoying, but somehow it's you showcasing your talent, your acting talent. That's how I got started. And then if you're doing like makeup, like there's a lot of brands right now, guys. Maybelline, Rimmel, even like the high-end brands like Chanel, like all of those like high-end products. If they see you online and they see like how good you are and what you're doing, they will find you. And not just finding you, they will pay you. PAY, guys. You get money out of it, okay? So that's for the first one. First of all, find what you love to do and then see how are you going to be able to make content out of that, okay? Is so far so clear? Is everything clear so far? Okay. Is there anyone here who's into makeup? Into makeup back there? Into makeup? How about gaming? Maybe the boys? What are you into, sir? You look very lost. Am I boring you? You don't know? Okay, anything could be your niche. Okay, so the second one, how do you select your target audience. Okay. Remember COVID? Remember COVID? So I was the COVID TikToker who's like out of nowhere so bored during COVID and just wanted to make content, which eventually went viral on the internet. Okay, so how do I target my audience? So at the time during COVID, I was robbed, guys. COVID robbed my university life. I was on my second year. Was it second year? I think it was second year. We were robbed out of nowhere. COVID decided that, oh, you guys are enjoying your student life. I'm gonna rob that away from you. And then we were forced to stay at home. We couldn't get out of the house. So at the time, it felt it was sad. I was missing my family. I was away from family, by the way. I'm from Sarawak, so my family are across the sea, and I was missing my friends. And I remember making this content about friendship, which a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, I can relate to this. I'm missing my friends and things like that." So at the time, I managed to target audience from different age groups because a lot of people were like, oh, I miss this. Oh, I remember when I was in high school, you know, people in the 30s, 40s, they were like, I remember when in high school my friend used to do things like this. So in the beginning, I think the target audience was the younger generations, but I managed to somehow target the older generations who could relate to whatever that I was posting. So target audience you will eventually find out when you're in the content creating journey. You just like get to make a content that everybody can relate to. Okay, so target audience will come eventually when you're in the journey. Okay, so now the third question. I'm very excited to talk about this. How to find the appropriate platform. Okay, out of everything that I'm telling you guys today, this one, please remember the most. If you're ever want to create content, to start a content creating journey, please go to TikTok. Okay, so I don't know, do you guys know Daisy Gorgeous from TikTok? Yeah. So Daisy Gorgeous was among the lucky people who created the first content and went viral right away and got 10,000 followers overnight. So that was like how easy TikTok was for him. So TikTok, would I say like a shortcut for content creating? Yes, but it doesn't mean that oh I already got like one viral content and then I'll just stay at that. You have to like be consistent, okay? But when you are in this journey, social media, I'm not just like dealing with TikTok. I'm also dealing with Instagram, YouTube, not Facebook, but some people like posted my post. Okay, guys, Facebook people scares me. Okay, we all know this, right? We all know this. Okay, so different social media has different algorithm. For example, TikTok, you post something, you don't even have like 1,000 followers, but you could reach like millions of views. But on Instagram, oh my God, Instagram is a very, to me, so far in my journey, Instagram is quite hard to grow. And then there's YouTube. YouTube is harder because it's something that requires a lot of work done. So if you ever just wanted to start, just want to try out Manatong, just testing out, try on TikTok first. Because right now, I think TikTok is the it it app right now. Everybody is on TikTok. So if you ever want to try out first, just go on TikTok first. Okay? So number 4. What is the process of creating content? And some days it's very, very random. Like I would think of something, I would just watching TV and be like, oh, there's something just come to my head. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I'll just like take my phone and I record it right away. It's as easy as that. But now that my content creating is like a job, I'm blessed with the opportunities to work with brands. Okay. For example, right now I'm working with Maybelline. Maybelline gives this one, hi, how are you? Come and join. Okay, so right now I'm working with Maybelline. Maybelline is very strict with their posting. For example, guys, you know the Get Ready With Me video? Okay, you have to put on your foundations, your primer, and things like that. But Maybelline is very strict on their timing. You imagine they wanted everything in 15 seconds. So how are you gonna be able to like put everything in 15 seconds? Hello? Oh my God! Hi! They were in Himalaya Radio with me. Hi, darling. Okay. My God. Wait. Where was I? Okay, the Maybelline, right? 15 seconds. So, when you're working with brands, they will give you like a specific, maybe like duration and things like that. And then they ask, what's your concept? For example. So right now I'm working with Maybelline. They're asking for 2 concept videos. I said, okay, I want to do a transition video. One is for like going out with my girls, girls night out, and another one is for a date night, things like that. You have to prepare. But some people were given the gift, I guess, the gift of like, oh my God, this is so interesting. I'm gonna post it, and overnight it's 1 million views. It's very random. Something content creating is very random. You probably like see somebody out there, and then you get annoyed by, oh my God, they're like showing off that I'm single or something. You posted it online. People can relate to you. It will go viral. So content creating is very random. There are some things that needs planning. Some people really plan their contents. Like for example, Ryan McCree. Do you guys know Ryan McCree? So his content is more planned, but in a way something that you can relate to, like your childhood memories. The memory of you guys being scolded by your parents in the morning and things like that. So it can be very, very random. Okay? Okay, so far is it okay? The people who just came in, were you guys from a class? Are you guys okay? Have you eaten? Okay, eating. Okay, all right. Okay, so next. Okay, what happens when a video blows up on the internet, and what is the next step? Okay, when I started my journey, the videos didn't actually like go viral right away. It just, when you're in your COVID era, you're stuck at home and then you just like record this video. Oh my God, it's funny, and they're posting it thinking that it's funny for other people too, but it's not. But somehow, eventually, one day you created a content that is so relatable, and people were like, "Wow, this is funny," and apparently everybody thinks you're funny on that one day. So, I guess the most not like most successful, but it's quite um, a huge moment when one of my content was posted on Meletop's Instagram page. So at the time, it was like, oh wow, this is the feeling. And then after that, right, the next step. What's your next step? So if your intention at that time, right, is to make content, then you continue being consistent. You do so much more, and then the good thing will come after that. When I first started out, I didn't know about this whole thing that people pay you for your videos, things like that. And then I remember getting my first sponsorship, and I was like, oh, this is the feeling of getting free stuff. Oh, it was so amazing. And then the second time, it was like another sponsorship. It wasn't paid. And I was like, wow, I get a whole makeup set. This is so amazing. And then suddenly people were reaching out and be like, oh, how much do you charge? And then at the time, it kind of clicked to me. Oh my God, I can make money. That realization hits. Okay, so after that, like it turned into a job, but content creating was still something that I have to do on a daily basis. So after your video blows up on the internet, you cannot expect that one video to just stay there, be viral, and then like, it's gonna help you. No, it's gonna like die. People are gonna forget about the video. So what you can do is like continue making more videos that people can relate to. Okay. Okay. Um, so number 6, it's something that's quite common in the content creating world. Okay. So, like there are some influencers, some content creators that were famous during their days, and then suddenly you don't really hear about them anymore or things like that. It's because content creating is something that it could die on content creator if they don't know how to manage it. So the next question is, how do you get a constant view, like a constant consistent view? Okay, so here's the thing that I am so worried of in the beginning. Now that I learned about it, I'm a bit more relaxed about it. So in the beginning, when I was in my era, the era where everybody just want to watch Abby, and every day it's like 500,000 views, 1 million views, and then it's like wow, I want to maintain this, and then suddenly when the videos like drop, probably it's not even that bad, probably like 50,000, 70,000, and then suddenly I felt like oh my god, I'm such a bad content creator. Those feelings like hit you that that I'm such a failure. But the thing is, content creating is it's not gonna be uh consistent all the time. Sometimes maybe your effort is consistent, but your views won't be consistent. But it doesn't matter because people who want to watch you, who enjoy watching you, they don't care about the views. They just want to watch you. But what I could say is to be consistent is to have consistent effort. I post video every day on my social media because it's a job. It's a job that I have to maintain every day. Um, Sometimes I run out of ideas and I feel like, oh my God, what am I gonna do next? And then my views drop and I'm like, oh, people don't want to watch me anymore. And then I got demotivated for a while. But then sometimes those demotivation phase is just another space for me to rethink. Oh, what's something new that I can come up with? Then only it becomes something that motivating again. And I posted something like for try and error, and it went okay again. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just needed some time to motivate myself again. It's something that I have to really understand that every day new creators are gonna come on the app. They're gonna overshadow you. You're gonna be drowned among them as time goes by. But what could help you at the time is just to stay consistent. You are gonna get demotivated, but you have to find ways to get motivated again. Because right now, I wanna be demotivated. Oh, I could be like, oh my god, people don't watch me anymore. Entahlah, I don't care. But then, you know what I would care for the most, because right now I'm earning through my social media, guys. So if I stay demotivated, then my bank account is also gonna be demotivated along with my motivations. So it's something that I have to find. Uh, be it like going somewhere and then just stare at the sky again and then be like, no, I can do this, or like talk to my friends and be like, I can do this, and things like that. It's a it's something that you have to get used to once you like being a content creator. You're gonna get demotivated as hell, or you're gonna get motivated as hell. That's all. Okay. So the number 7 question is quite like it's cute. It's like, how does an influencer balance their personal life and career? Guys, we're influencers. We're not celebrities. Okay, but I'm gonna like touch on how being an influencer is like kind of like there's something that changes. I am a very open book. Sometimes I would share my personal life online. There are people who like to share opinions. Don't we all like to share opinions about something? The recent case, about the the history kedua thing. People have a lot of opinions. You know I'm talking about the history kedua thing. Everybody has a lot of opinion. So what I would say that kind of not disturb. It's more of like people wanna get your opinions from you. For example, there's a case about the current one. They're like, what do you think about it? Sometimes they will use that against you just to like what menjatuhkan, what is it in English? To bring you down. Let's just say you say something, oh my god, I just find like that guy is like not even hot or anything. You say something like that, but people will take that context and say, oh my god, Eddie is literally face shaming. You know, things like that. That's when like it becomes hard. Everything that come out of your mouth is calculated. You say one thing, oh my god, you probably have good intention. I just feel like he or she is getting unhealthy, and I'm worried about her. People could take that context and say, oh my god, Abby is body shaming the girl. Like, how could she? She's an influencer. You know, things like that. Those are the things that I would say kind of disturb in a way because you have to be more careful of what you want to put out on the internet. Because once it's out there in the internet, guys, what would happen? Once it's on the internet, it stays there forever and ever. Okay. So I think that's all. I think that's all like for the personal part. People just have more opinions about you. People care about, oh, okay, this is just a random one. One time I was at the airport. I was going back to my hometown. You know, early in the morning. What do you want me to wear early in the morning? So I just like put on like this uh one black shirt, like sweatpants, and my hair was like in a bun, I think, but I was like complete with no makeup and things like that. Somebody took a video of it, and in the comment section, somebody commented, "Oh my God, is that what she wears to the airport?" And like making fun of what I wore to the airport early in the morning. You know, things like that. And then sometimes when people like take random videos of you. You know, sometimes when we're just like walking and hanging out somewhere, people take random videos of you. You know, in front of the camera. Of course, I want to make sure that I look good, right? The angles, everything, double chin, hidden. But when people take video of you like outside and they're like, and then your double chin is just there, and they're like, and then like they were like, oh my god, she's a whale. Oh my god, this is and that. So if you want to ask me the things that really disturb me the most was, of course, what people are saying on the internet. The internet is cruel, guys. It's cute, like at little parts. At bigger parts, it's not really that cute. But nothing really. I don't really see like my life. I'm not a celebrity, so I don't really say, oh my god, my personal life is like this, and that. But sometimes there are times that I feel like people could really show a little bit more respect when you're outside. You just want to be with your friends, and then when people take videos of you from different angles, and then people are like, oh my god, she actually looked like that from the side. Sometimes I just want to tell myself, oh, I don't care what they say about me. No, there are days that you will care what you say about it. But whatever, slay. Okay, next. Okay, next one. Okay. Oh my God, we were just literally talking about the pros and cons in being the influencer. How transparent do you want it to be? Super transparent? Okay. How transparent, Adam? The very transparent one. Okay. So, want to talk about the cons first or the pros first? Cons. Okay. Cons first. Yeah. Okay, the cons one, people will have like what I just said just now. People will have a lot of opinions about you guys. Everything that was put out. Okay, for example, I look Malay, right? I look Malay. They say I look Malay, and then they were like, "Oh my God, cover up!" No, no, no. That's a lot of things. And then even when I explained that I'm not a Muslim, they say like, "So what? You cover up, lah?" And I'm like, "Okay, what am I supposed to do?" Like things like that. People like have opinions of you like all the time. And then one time, okay, this is another personal story. One time I got bashed very, 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 very hard on Twitter because somebody took out a content on my TikTok and saying that I don't respect people with mental health problems, which was so because I woke up one day, I thought I made a funny video that people really can relate to, and somebody really took out a very not necessary context out of it and say, oh, you don't respect people with mental health issues. I speak very publicly about mental health issues on my platform. So when somebody say that, it makes you feel like, oh wow. And then from that like 30-second video, people were already like throwing all of this like, oh my god, she is a mean girl. So there's a phase where I did a mean girl content, and people are, oh my god, I knew it. She is a mean girl. Oh my god, I knew it. She talks like that to people. And then it's like, what's going on? And then the girl who was posting it was like, I told you guys, she is someone who's like mean and things like that and blah blah blah. And for like that few hours, like suddenly your world just like, I was new at the time, so getting back for the first time, it was like, oh my god, this story feels like, so your world just like shrunk, like, oh my god, this is how painful it is. And then I was calling my mom, I was calling my sister, I was calling like a lot of people, and then for that few hours, people have this um, narrative of me saying that I'm this person over a 30 seconds video. People were calling me mean names. People, guys, they were literally, because I have another friend of mine in there, they were like, oh my god, apa tu, apa tu, because I have another one of my friends, he was like, oh, ugly lady boy, ugly this, and then, oh my god, fat whale, oh my god, this, and that. And then you know, and then another, but I think that part is like, oh, okay, people are gonna body shame. But I guess like the worst part of it at the time is that people were literally calling me, I am a mean girl from just a 50 seconds video. People were literally telling me, oh, she is what she is about what she posted. So for that few hours before the girl took down the video, people had this narrative about me that I am this person that I am not. So at the time, it really, really felt like, oh, should I just I'm gonna give up on this thing? I don't think I can handle it and things like that. But the thing is, another thing that we have to get used to as content creators, people will have criticism about you all the time. By the way, I am very, very blessed that I think last month I managed to nail a character. I got a leading role for this drama series. I'm very, very proud about it. But of course, is there a part of me, thank you so much, is there a part of me that are scared about the criticism being this and suddenly acting? How if I don't do well and things like that? If there's always fear inside of you that you feel like, how if I don't do well? How if like they're gonna talk about me and things like that? But it is something like throughout the years that I have learned to somehow accept that people are gonna talk about you regardless. Okay, so that's the cons of it. I guess cons like mainly because people are gonna talk about you like regardless. That's the cons. I mean, even if you're not an influencer, people will still talk. You will still talk bad about you, right? Like things like that. So it's just that when you're in the public eye, when people like see you, even like before this, maybe like Maya was like talking about, oh my god, Abby is like so annoying, and then it's like when you hear about from your friends, it's like, oh really? Oh, that's sad. But when you have like thousands of people online like criticizing, can criticize you on anything that you do, it can get a little bit sad at times. Sometimes it hits the hardest during menstrual cycle, but what can we do about it, right, girls? Okay, so, okay, the pros. Is I done with the cons? If I remember any more cons, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Oh, okay. Another one is I'll just add one more. I think this is just um ikut orang. Apa di English? It depends on a person, right? So again, another opportunity that was given to me throughout my journey is like I get to meet my favorite creators from Vine, and then there's YouTubers, and then like actresses, actors, and then when you meet them, you will feel like, oh, wow, they're so rich. They were carrying, I was carrying, I'm so proud with my Pedro bag. Oh my God, it's so expensive, 500 ringgit. And then there's like people go walking around with their 30,000 bag. And I'm like, okay, never mind. You feel the sense of like insecurity like all the time. You tend to compare. Okay, this is the point actually. You will feel the need to compare yourself to others all the time. But this is something that you have to like, you have to learn to, apa sih in English? To overcome. Thank you guys. Okay, to overcome. Okay, so I guess for cons right now, I can say that too. Okay, are you ready for the pros? How ready are you? Super ready. Okay, the pros that I can be very transparent about is influencers makes a lot of money. Okay. Okay, but don't pick it up. Oh my God, do you want to show off? No, no, guys, chill. Okay, but I've been friends with a lot of content creators, and then it kind of hits me that wow, they make this much per month, sometimes even per week, guys, sometimes even per job. So it's like, oh, okay, this much money. Okay, in the beginning, another personal story. So when I started UM, I'm not from a rich family, just a normal cukup makan family. But there was like a phase where it was quite hard for a family. But but then my content creating journey started, and by second year, I can proudly say that I started paying off my study fees, my bills, everything on my own. Okay. All right. So this is not mine, but I'm gonna tell you what I've learned. Influencers can make as easy. You know Instagram story yang korang that you guys will post. Oh my God, guys, today I'm in class, slay, things like that, right? You know, sometimes like for just Instagram story, I saw this rate card of a person that you guys really know, but I'm not gonna say the name. For just Instagram story, she's making 12,000 per ID story. Okay, just IG story. The IG story doesn't even last like for 1 week. It lasts for 1 day, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, slay. I I could be making more. Okay. Like those feelings. And then I some of them even like some of them were paid to like show up, like literally show up to an event and say, oh my God, can you come to this event and like show up? Oh, and I don't know, just make a couple of IG stories. Sure, and this is the amount that I will pay. That's how crazy it is in the influencer world. I could I could say that I understand why I can see some influencers carrying like designer bags after just months on being on social media and things like that. You know the feeling of like, oh wow, I can make more. Okay, honestly, in the entertainment industry so far, because I've only like been like 4 years in it, I could safely say that influencers makes the most money out of them. Influencers makes like because we're making content, 1 minute video on Instagram, 1 minute video on TikTok, 15 seconds of IG story, everything is calculated, everything is being paid for, everything is important. But here, okay, now that we talk about, you guys know, oh, influencers are so rich. And then it comes down to one thing, which is, sometimes when you're able to hold on to a lot of money, you feel the need to like, I can make more. I want more. I want more. I want more. I want more. And then suddenly your content creating is not your hobby anymore. It becomes a literal job that you're like, okay, I want to do this because I want to earn this much this week. I want to do this. And then it kind of like blocks your real intention of like just doing it for fun to actually being a job that you're like, because I want money. Am I saying that money is not everything, girl? What do you mean? Money is everything. Money, we all need money. But to a certain extent, when you feel like everything is just about money, it's not gonna be. It's not fun anymore. Money the thing is, money can be searched for, but time is not. Sometimes there were a phase where I missed out on a lot of things because I was like saying yes to a lot of jobs. Last year, during, is everything okay there, darling? Okay, all right, okay. So last year, because I was doing my FYP, the last year, your final year. Good luck, guys. Do you guys have FYP? Good luck. Good luck. So during my FYP, I was also like doing jobs, and then I didn't. I guess my body was already giving a warning, but I didn't listen to it. And I walked into the bathroom one day. I was literally, I think I was brushing my teeth when all of a sudden my nose bleeds like, like nose bleeds is like just like that, right? But then one day my nosebleeds were like coming out like waterfall. I was like, oh my god, what is going on? And then there was blood all over the bathroom. And then I know at the time I reached breaking point. I went to the doctor, and then the first thing that the doctor asked was, "Are you stressed? Are you doing a lot of work?" And then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, probably." Because at the time, I could honestly like admit I was blinded by the money. The money was there. You're a student, and then when you get like per video, it's like few thousands, and then you're like, oh my god, my studies it's not important anymore. I'm making money already. Like those thoughts already like get to you. So I guess when you're at that point, right, you are gonna like realize that okay, money is great, but your mental health should be greater. Because if your mental health is like down the drain, can you do anything? People can really look at your face and be like, "Oh my God, something is wrong with her." People can tell. I was doing a few videos, and then people were like, "Oh my God, are you okay? You look tired." So people were like, "The quality is not there anymore, and then you're not actually doing a good job. You don't enjoy it because money blinded you." I mean, if you don't enjoy it anymore, it shouldn't be something that you're proud of anymore. So again, cons is like what I said just now. Pros is like it's like big but also small. Do you understand what I mean? It's so big. Oh my god, we can make a lot of money. But then if you don't take care of the things around it, that surrounds it, your mental health and everything, money is just nothing. Money is just money. Understand? Yeah. But still, go and be if you can go and be content creating. You can there's people kept on asking me this. Can you make money off TikTok? No. People don't pay you, but brands will pay you. And brands, they have money. Okay. Say. Okay. Number 9. How did you get started as an influencer? Tell us your first experience. I think I already like repeat this. COVID era, bored, posted one video and decided that oh this is fun, and suddenly it becomes a job right now. Okay, so I think this is like it's kind of repeated. So okay, number 11. Do you think that self-analysis is important to be a successful influencer? Okay, on the internet, right? There are famous people who are famous for the good and famous for the bad. Okay, um, sad to say, I've seen some people who's like on the internet that really want to maintain their popularity, doing like very very not good stuff, very bad stuff, just to like stay popular. Self-analysis is very important. It keeps you awake. It keeps you humble. It keeps a lot of things in you. Um, Self-analysis is when you look at yourself before you post the content. What matters more, the views or what or is it gonna hurt people or not? Things like that. So self-analysis is very important because when you're on the internet, when your people watch you like every day, people are gonna like eventually analyze you. Oh my god, how is she actually as a person? How is this? How is that? So before somebody else do that for you, you do it to yourself first. You analyze yourself first. Am I doing this wholeheartedly? Am I doing this? Am I saying the right things? Am I hurting someone? And things like that. So self-analysis is very important. It keeps you awake. Being famous is a blessing, but also a curse. Good. Okay. When you express your opinions online, do you follow your heart or you choose to follow what your followers like to hear? Let me ask someone from here. Zaid. Cakap lagi. Kan aku dah marah? Tak lah. Okay, when you express your opinions online, do you follow your heart or do you follow what your followers want to hear? Your heart. Okay, how about Adam?
I follow my heart, but I basically be wary
Uh-huh.
because I'm afraid of the comments.
Okay. So, putting opinions online is like holding a gun, and whether or not there's a bullet inside that was like enough. If you point it at a person, are you pointing it at the right place? Because it might kill some of the people. Okay, so opinions online, it's good if you follow your heart, but is it right? For example, what is a what is a very controversial issue that you could say something wrong about it? You could be dead if you say it wrongly. What? Huh? What is that? Child what? Child, yeah. Oh my. What do you mean? I will say wholeheartedly that was wrong. But some people. Okay, let's see. Okay. Child marriage. Is it okay or is it not okay? Not okay. Not okay or okay? No, okay, okay. But here's the thing. There's things that is gonna be attached to it because in some ways people think that it's right because it helps, right? Because yeah, it can be what is the sambo? No, no, no. It could like relate to it can relate. What is the one word? It could be connected. Like some of the things like that. You have to remember there's religions could be a part of it. People are gonna say, no, but in this, it's gonna be right. But we say, no, it's not right because this, and that. So your opinions, or this is what I said, just now your sir was asking me, do you think that being popular, you need to be knowledgeable? And I told him, yes, you have to be very knowledgeable. You cannot just put out things out there and say, no, I'm right because I think it's right. No, you have to put out things because you know that it was the right thing to say and I am knowledgeable about that. You can't just like, oh, I'm right because I'm influential. No, people are gonna have a lot more opinions about it. People are gonna try to use that to tear you down. Let's just say like this, guys. Even a very simple example. Let's not use the internet. Let's just say that your friends are going through a phase of like having different boyfriends and then you're like, oh my god, that is so wrong, but if you say it, it's gonna hurt them because they're going through it. So what is the appropriate way for you to tell them that I think you need some time for yourself to like gain back those love that you have for you instead of like, oh my god, why are you changing man every day, things like that. It's like something that is like you can relate in the real situation, but online because you have like this bigger audience on you, so people can use things against you. Okay? Apa ni? Oh my god, dia keluar guys. Yeah. What is this? No, it's not. Okay. Dari tadi like just from just now I was just like talking to you, and then what is something that maybe you guys are curious about the world that I'm living in? Any question, I will try to be as transparent as I can. Oh, Q&A session at the back. Okay. All right. So, because I don't know if there's other questions here that I can like talk about, because I think I already read all of the questions here. Maybe you guys can like give a question and I can like explain about it in a wider perspective. Ah, okay. Questions? I'm very good, guys. I am moving into a new place right now, so I am very very happy about it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Jazz. Next, maybe a deeper question. Oh. Oh, in the YouTube. Okay.
Okay, wait. Uh, maybe this one. I am overshare person.
Mm-hmm.
What if I overshare something in social media?
Uh-huh.
Should I avoid it or maintain it?
Oversharing.
Yes.
Should I avoid it or maintain it?
Yes.
It really depends on what you're sharing. If you're an oversharing person, here's the thing, okay, guys, you guys can share anything. Share anything, even to your best friends, even to. But you know that there are some things that you need to keep to yourself. Oversharing is good, but when you're oversharing the wrong things, it's gonna affect you. Let's just say, you know, this is what my best friend always tells me. She believes in this one thing. It's called evil eye. You know evil eye? So she said, because she's like a very private person and I'm a very public person. So she did mention this one time. Uh, I'm just scared of evil eye. And I am not superstitious like that, but I understand when she says things like there's there's probably evil eye. You know, sometimes people could come up to you and say, "Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. So how much money are you making now?" You know, like they're like very sweet, but then there's like some catch to it, like this and that, and then it could turn into something bad. And even like people who shares about their boyfriends, their girlfriends online, you can see that at at certain point of their sharing, something bad could happen. So to me, you can overshare. Go ahead and share. If your like content is about sharing your personal life, you should know that there are things that should be online, should be in the public, and there are things that shouldn't be in public. Okay, I'll take like one simple, very very obvious example. You know, like content where couples show off that they're happy online, you know, things like that. You know what is the one thing that they shouldn't share? Does anyone have any clue? What? Okay, they can share everything, but what is the one thing that they shouldn't share? Anyone has the answer? No, no. They shouldn't share when they have a problem. You know, some people really put their problems out in the public and say, guys, what should I do? Should I do this, and that? You know, things like that. So when you put out a point like that online, and then, you know, some people will be like, oh, I don't think that it's workable. Like, you should just like break up with her and things like that. People will have like so many things, like so many opinions about it. So what I could say is, if you're an oversharer, go ahead and share, but keep some things that for yourself, for your own keeping. Okay? Okay. Saya nak baca dari YouTube.
You nak baca dari YouTube je.
Ah, ada YouTube ada soalan.
I will give the question.
Okay.
So the next question, do you have any predictions for the future of influencer marketing? It's from YouTube.
Okay. Influencer marketing. I could say that in the future, when it's like a bigger thing, it's gonna be one of the, you know how right now people are saying about, oh, what jobs should you do if you want to earn a lot of money. You know, like in the list right now are engineers, doctors, and things like that. In the future, one of the jobs that people would put in the list is influencer marketing. So that is my prediction for now. Yeah, I guess that's all that I can say about it. Mm.
Okay, next question. Is there any moment that you don't have any idea anymore? And how you overcome it? Like how you force yourself to get at least an idea?
Okay. Yes, that there are times that I feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to do anymore. And then there are times when I look at new creators and be like, oh my God, that is so creative. I wish I thought of that, those demotivating days. So, what I do right now for that is I would actually take a break from social media. Like, I post every day, but there are contents that I actually already like put in the drafts, just like waiting to be posted. And then during those time where I don't have to like do content, meaning that I have to like film it, I will take time for myself and be like, okay, what is something else that I could do? Usually I would take around like few days off, and then I will come back, and usually I always feel like, oh, if I leave, then my views will turn or things like that. But actually, when you take enough break for yourself, you would actually be able to think clearly. You cannot be like, because now, somehow, right, being content creator, you will, in a way, become a people pleaser. You feel like, oh my God, would people like this? Would people like this? But you don't answer yourself. But you don't even ask yourself, would I enjoy doing this? Would I be happy with this content? Sometimes you really have to like give credit to yourself also. You cannot be like, oh, will it please them? Sometimes it should be like, will it please me? Am I happy with this? It doesn't matter if I don't reach the amount of views. Like, am I happy to put this out? Yeah, then it's okay. But my direct answer would be, I would take a break for myself. Maybe like get inspired by other creators, seeing like different contents, and then when I'm able to have that excitement again, then I will go back to making contents that I can come up with during the break. Yeah, go ahead. Hi. Thanks. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's very. Okay, cancel culture. You know the culture where, oh, this person is this and that. Cancel him. I have like two different opinions about it. There are people who deserve it. There are people who deserve second chance. Um, for example, if you're talking about, this is just an example, huh? If you're talking about child abuse, right? Child abuse, and that person is like literally enabling it. No, I don't think that you should be on the internet. People should just cancel you. You are literally educating others to that it's okay to abuse children. That one, yes, I fully support it for those kind of people. But what I meant by second chances, probably things like, um, people who sometimes they put it on the internet. Oh my God, this person is fat. They shouldn't go out there and do things like that. Some people would actually go to an extent of like bullying the person who said that. The bullier, the bullier is a word. God, good God. Okay, to the point where that person actually did something that's more harmful than being cancelled, which is self harm. we there's a case last time. I think it was not in Malaysia, but this person was the bully, and then the people were like, oh, this and that, and then they attacked the bully to the point where the bully was like, oh my god, I cannot do this, and then literally self harm. Those are the things that I feel like, some people grow up in an environment where it's not really pretty for them. Maybe they grew up being bullied as well and they're insecure and things like that. Yes, that one deserves second chances. But other things that involve uh, women should get hit by their husband because this and that. There's a content last time like that. I literally went and I really, really cannot stand those kind of people. Okay, last time I had a phase where I'm like, oh, I always have opinions which I stopped because I was like, oh, this is not good. Because it kind of took a toll on me. Sometimes having too much opinions is not a good thing either. It's good to have good knowledgeable opinions, but it's not good to have too much opinions. But back then, I have a phase where there are people that would send me videos of people saying very controversial things, very insensitive, that I would go and talk about it. And my followers, my followers are very, very savage at times. They went to that person. They're like, you know what? AB said this, and then they report the account gone. No more account. And then at the time, I was like, oh, I have the power. But then at the time, at one point, I'm like, this feels like another form of bullying also. So I I was mature enough to say, okay, you know what? I would say something about it, but not to the point where that person is gonna like get cancelled just like that. Ruin. It's actually ruin. You imagine like this person actually have like a number of followers, but he said like one wrong things and then immediately their account was gone. So I learned this one thing which is like quite hard to do. It's like giving people second chances. So for those who deserve it, they deserve it. For those who don't deserve it, pandai-pandai kau lah, something like that. Okay. Okay, next question. Oh, sorry, did I answer that? Okay, okay, you. Okay, that's good. Okay. Wait, which one?
Maybe we go with the YouTube first and then we open to
Okay, can.
Okay, that's my question. Wait. Okay, is negative attention still considered beneficial to an influencer?
Oh, okay. Is negative
Is negative
attention?
Yes.
Okay. Negative attention. Yes, it is. Do you remember last time? There's like few people who got famous overnight because they did like one bad thing, but suddenly they were doing reviews. Do you remember that thing? Remember? They got famous like overnight because they're like, oh, they say like one not so smart things online, and then people were like bashing this person. But Malaysians, we love this kind of stuff. Instead of like their followers going down, they help gaining more followers to the person. Yes, sometimes negative attention is beneficial for these people, but at an extent, do you want to be known as oh my god, the person who said slurs are doing reviews? Do you want to do that? Do you want to be famous for like, that person who said the racial slur, or like the person who said the K word, the N word? Do you want to be famous for that? And yeah, I can see, I have seen some people who got famous because of negative attention. But one thing that I can say for negative attention, it would last there for a while for the good part, but the negative, which means it stays there, people will remember you for the one bad thing that you're so proud of saying online. So it will be beneficial, but only for a short while. And then you will be known as the person who say racist things, blah blah blah. People will remember you by that. So it's not okay. Okay. Next question. Okay. Okay. What's happening? Okay. You first. Okay. I like your hair. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for those who know me, I am, excuse me. Okay, I'm not shy, but I understand what you meant. You know, when posting things online, you will have those thoughts like, oh my god, is it stupid? Oh my god, is it cringy? Is it icky? You know, do you mean by that? Okay, in the beginning, yes, it was like, oh my god, this is so like cringy. But then here's another thing. When you live off from making incomes from social media. Yes, there are times where it is cringy, but you just have to go with it because it's like sometimes it's just an act, something that you just do for fun. And maybe to some people it's cringy. Maybe to some people, maybe you feel that it's cringy, but to some other people, they would probably say that, oh wow, that's so inspiring. Things like that. So you have to remember there's like different reactions from people. And the thing is, you can't please everyone with what they need. Maybe they want something funny, or maybe they want something like this. And then when they see something cringy, they're like, oh, like that. Some people are like, oh my god, that's so funny, and say. So I want to say this one word, but I won't say it fully. Just eat. Okay? Okay, next question. Okay. Huh? Huh? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay. Um, okay. So before we open the question from Paul again, I will read some of questions from TikTok. So this one person asked you, how do you keep yourself humble and well grounded? I do actually. I do. Okay, guys. Okay, this is another personal story of mine. So, I remember when I first got my a lead in a drama. I remember that day. I went inside my room. I just closed the door. I just sat down for a while, and I'm like, wow, life changes a lot, guys. You know KPS, right? KPS. You know how expensive the food is so expensive, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so expensive. But when you are a student, those things are like so luxurious. Maybe like a 5 ring. No, no. What is that one food? You know Uncle Bob? Ayam gunting. Oh, do you know like ayam Uncle Bob? Excuse me, the blonde hair. You don't know? Okay. So there's this like brand of like this chicken. It's like fried chicken, but you like cut it into like small pieces. There's like these spices, but it's really good, and it's so expensive for students. So at the time, to like even spend 5 ringgit, for example, 5 ringgit on like snacks, it's like I can use it for nasi bujang for like 2 days, things like that. And I remember, I really, really remember this one time. I think they had the foreign students were having this foreign students day, and then they were like doing the inai, inai, the henna and everything. I remember at the time I was carrying no money at all, even 5 ringgit. And I remember the girl coming up to me. I was like, "Oh, do you want to do it? It's only 5 ringgit." The way that she said it was like, "It's only 5 ringgit," but there was no money in my bank account. There was no money in my wallet, and at the time, my dad was also struggling. So I remember that time very vividly. Like, oh, there was a time that having 5 ringgit was so hard. So right now, when I'm able to have more money, I always I always think of this. as much money as I am holding right now, as much opportunities I'm holding right now, I started from like that girl who's like literally was was not able to even hold 5 ringgit. I always tell this to myself, okay, this is something that I want you guys to I maybe get inspired. There's this thing that I always say. I live off people's prayers. You know, when I'm able to hold more money, I told myself like this: if I'm able to hold more money after this, every time that I see someone who's like in need a bit more than I do, I will hand it out. And then every time that that person talks to me, when they say, "Apa tu, I couldn't give much," all I asked from them was, just can you please pray for me? There's a lot of times where it felt like somebody was actually like someone was actually like watching over me. For example, right? I remember that my parents were struggling one time, and I remember that I didn't have much. But once I give back to them, tomorrow I get a bigger. Suddenly, this pay that I forgot about like few months ago came in for me, things like that. So how do I always like keep myself humble? Is that I remember that back then 5 ringgit was a luxury, and I remember that there are people who actually help me to be up here. If it's not for my followers, if it's not for the people who say, "Oh my God, I wish that you got a role one day. I wish that more opportunities. I wish like more good things will come to you." How I keep myself humble is that I just remember my 20 my something year old self was actually in I was in need of like even 5 ringgit, but she couldn't have it. I will always remember that. I will always remember that there are times that there's no money and I'm still able to live. So whatever it is, I will always like look back at bad days and tell myself that you were there, you were there once. So don't ever like let the money or like this is easy to say, but don't let the fame get to you because I'm not. Because is it like a lie if I say, oh my God, I don't think that I'm famous? It's such a lie. You know, it's such a lie. It's something that comes with the job, like being famous because I am in the public. But you have to remember at any time that God says, oh, this is not for you anymore. He will take it and you're back to zero again, probably. So I just keep myself humbled by saying that at any time things can change in a blink of an eye. So, Slay, what's next?
Last question from the floor.
Okay, because she can. Okay, you go. Hi, darling.
If there is any unspoken rules like in the media industry with the celebrities and the directors or the mom and cutting through, like you're having sort of trading within section activities.
Sure. Wait. What do you mean? Oh my God.
Like is there any unspoken rules
Unspoken
when it
rules?
comes to it?
You mean like unspoken rules, like something that we should know, even though we don't know, things like that?
Um, no, maybe it's like any hidden activities behind the people or the audiences. Yeah, I know like secret.
Oh, you're like secret things in the industry. Okay, I wouldn't go in details, but what I would say is one thing: you don't trust anyone. Just trust yourself. That that's not like okay. I always keep it to myself like this. Somebody could come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, I love you. I watch you, and I'm so like proud of the things that you've become." But behind like closed door, when I'm not listening, when I'm not around, he or she would probably go to a person that could offer me opportunities and be like, "Hey, you rasa itu okay ke? You think like she's okay? I think she's like this, and that," and then that would take away the opportunities from it. And I understand your question, the deeper ones. I can only answer it with this answer. Just don't trust anyone. That's all. Trust yourself. That's all.
That's last question.
Okay, thank you so much, Eddie, for the interesting and memorable tips shared with us today. We all know that it's not easy task to becoming an influencer, and that we have to have a good knowledge and be fully prepared before venturing into the influencer world. So now, I would like to invite forward our class lecturer, Datuk Dr. Budiman, and the president of this project, Adam Young, to present a gift to our speaker, Ms. Abby, as a token of our appreciation for sharing with us today.
Before we end it, it was an A. He gave an A. No, where should I stand? Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Datuk Dr. Budiman and Adam. We have come to the end of today's seminar. I would like to thank you, Datuk Dr. Budiman, for the guidance and assistance throughout the success of this event. Our guest speaker, Ms. Abby, for the wonderful talk and sharing session. Our classmates and crew for their hard work, and to all departments involved in making this seminar happen. With that, we end our sharing session. Thank you everyone for coming and participating. Have a great rest of your evening. We have a picture session.
Okay.